Hello, everyone, and welcome to Kenster's Finance. On this channel, I'll be talking about different financial topics, giving you all tips and tricks. Today, I'll be talking about the credit score and credit cards. So, what is a credit score? At its baseline, a credit score is really a numerical representation of risk. It's all about predicting the likelihood that you're going to repay borrowed money. This is mainly for lenders who are giving out that money. Higher scores mean that you're going to be more financially reliable to these lenders. Scores are based on things like payment history and debt amounts. The max credit score is 850. There are three main credit reporters and bureaus. And usually with your credit score, you start around, the 600s or so, and you can build that up, but it can also go down if you don't take care of it. So, what are the benefits of good credit and why is it something that we should all desire? A higher score unlocks better loan interest rates. So, for things like getting a car or homes, when you get a car loan, someone who has a lower credit score might get a 10% rate of interest and end up paying more over that loan. But hopefully, what you'll gain from this video, you're going to have that better credit score and you'll have a 5% rate, for example. It also matters a lot for mortgages. It improves the eligibility as well for premium credit cards and benefits, which can make a difference. And also, a strong score can reduce required deposits for services. So, now I'm going to talk about some of the credit score factors and what makes up a credit score. The first one is payment history, and the biggest one is 35%. This is all about you paying, any of your loans or the amount you owe on time. Really, you want to set and forget it and just keep paying that. And if you build up that good history, this can really make up a lot of your score. And it's one of the, easiest ones to hopefully set up here and make your credit score greater. The second one is utilization or amounts owed. This is 30%. This is all about how much you're owing and how much you're using your credit. So if I have a $10,000 credit limit and I use $9,000 in a month, that's 90% utilization. That is really high, meaning that you need all your credit, which isn't the best. You want to usually keep your utilization under 10% if possible. The third one here is 15%, which is the length of your credit history. This is all the age of your accounts. So, if I opened a credit card 10 years ago, that's the length of my credit history. And it kind of gives these lenders more to go off of in terms of my credit score. 10% as well as credit mix. This is all about the different types of credit that you have. So, really having like a car loan, a mortgage, and credit cards is better for this mix. And finally, also 10% is new credit. This is all about how much you open up new accounts. So you usually don't want to open up too many accounts in a small period of time, as that won't be best in this area. So now I'm going to talk about different credit cards. Everyone kind of starts out with a starter credit card, and this is how it should be. You're going to start building your credit. I started with a Discover It secured card, put some money down, and you basically are using it like a debit card. And then after a couple of months, if you're using it correctly and you're paying off your balance, they'll give you a regular card. Hopefully, with this, you can build up that credit very quickly. No pun intended. The Quicksilver one is also a nice starter credit card. This is all about just establishing credit and building up that credit history to start. So my tips are always set up auto pay, always pay it on time. Treat that credit card like a debit card. Only spend the money that you have. That's how it should be. I think in America, more than 50% of people own credit card or have credit card debt, and that's obviously isn't great, but you want to avoid that. Also, you track your credit score so you can see how things are going. Most bank apps allow you to do that. Next, I'm going to talk about some of the credit cards I recommend. One of them is the Capital One Saver One card. It's a $0 annual fee. You get 3% cash back on things like dining, entertainment, streaming. Let's say for me, grocery stores, you get it there. And also for myself, on Spotify and those kind of things. It's a 1% base. And it's also potentially a $300 sign-up bonus, which is a nice plus. And also, there's no foreign transaction fees. Another card is the Capital One Venture X. I think seeing this sticker price of $395 as an annual fee really is daunting for a lot of people. I know it was for me when I saw it a couple years ago, but it's all about how you can justify it. So with this card, you get already every year a $300 travel credit. So you can use that in the portal. That's instantly given to you. And then also you have your sign-up bonus, which a lot of times can be 75,000 to 100,000 points. And then also after your first year, you get a $100 travel credit as well added to your account. So that's an amazing benefit. So really, this is you net $5. It's a minus $5 annual fuel card when you really think about it. So that's what kind of sold it for me, as well as these other benefits. Like I get 2x miles on all my purchases. If I book through the portal on hotels, I get 10x back, 5x miles back in terms of air travel. Also, you get priority pass lounge access, which is pretty nice when you're traveling. free TSA pre-check, get you through those lines quickly or global entry. Here's some other credit cards. You get the Fidelity 2% cash back. This is a pretty simple card. There's no annual fee. And you just get 2% cash back on anything. You can just use that, as cash or use it to pay off your balance. There's some other cards like the Amex credit cards. These are like the blue, the platinum, the gold. And there's also the Chase credit cards, which are things like the Chase Sapphire Preferred, Sapphire Reserve. I'll have all these cards linked down in the description. Feel free to check them out. One of my biggest things, I think that everything should be spent on a credit card if possible, if there isn't an extra fee for it. Because if you really think about it, I think every transaction you have should have a baseline of 2% cash back because it really is just free money. And it's just a great way to also build your credit at the same time. So who doesn't like that? Thank you all so much for listening. If you have any questions, feel free to drop those below or any kind of comments. The links will be in the description. My email will also be below if you have any questions or want to set up a time to meet and discuss your financial situation. Thanks for listening and take care.